All right, everybody. This is the first official episode of the Two and a Half Brothers podcast.
And it's also the last official episode of the Two and a Half Brothers podcast.
Yeah, after this, nothing's official no more.
Hey!
Yep.
So it's the unofficial, official Two and a Half Brothers podcast.
Yep. It's brought to you by...
No one.
Exactly.
Because we just started.
Just started.
And we have no sponsorships, yeah.
No, God, no, we don't have this podcast.
Yeah, okay, so what was I thinking about that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Alright, so we're here today. I am Nick. My internet online name is Zemigo. People call me either Zemi or Nick. Either or is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I'm Steven. Hi.
Come on, you gotta give... Alright.
No.
I'm Steven. Hi. I'm here and I talk sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, okay.
Yeah, and I'm right here. This is Tim's third. This is the third and only brother. I'm the only brother, but I'm also the third brother.
Yeah,
I
That's.
thought I was a brother.
Wait, who's the brother?
I don't know. And
What?
you will never know.
Yeah, so it's the point of Two and a Half Brothers podcast. Alright, would you like to explain this, Steven?
Nah.
No.
Alright.
Okay, so the point is we're three people, three brothers who
Are all incredibly stupid.
we are all incredibly stupid and we love talking and we love talking to each other and we think this would be really fun just to kind of get some crazy stories out, get some reactions from people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But here is the thing. We are Two and a Half Brothers.
Yep.
Now, your thinking is,
Who's the half brother?
who is the half
Who's
brother?
the half brother? No one. And everybody. You will never know.
You are the
viewers
half brother.
Are our half brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just thinking, hey, dab me up.
Alright. Yeah, so you guys are you're the remaining half brother to make this the Three Brothers podcast.
That is true.
That is true.
Alright, to get to know us a bit better, let's tell us something that we like to do. Like, tell us your hobbies that you like to do. Are you a nerd? What are you?
Trust me, I'm very much.
Well,
a nerd.
we're all nerds,
We're
so
all-
that
we're
just
all
narrows
nerds.
out
Yeah, we're all nerds, but I mean, we can all be nerds about different things. I draw, I sing, I do a lot of like really weird stuff sometimes. We're all gamers. You're all gamers.
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 And board gamers.
And we're all board gamers, especially this last week, which you guys will. We really hope that this.
It'll be a story for another
It'll
time.
be a story for another time, but we will
It'll
love
be
to
a
talk about
story
this.
for when we finish our
Yeah.
collection.
So I am also a pretty big nerd. I'm the biggest nerd when it comes to music, and
Followed only secondly by me.
yeah, that is true. But
Far
I
behind
reign supreme in that.
You do reign supreme in that.
I do reign supreme in that. I am also an incredibly huge Pokemon nerd, but we all are. But
Yeah.
just me a little bit more.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. And something that something about me, I am in the army.
Yes, he is in the army. He is in the reserve, which is really very amazing.
The
Thank you.
best weekend of every month. Is
Yep.
when he's gone.
Agreed.
Come on, you guys miss me. Don't come on.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay. Steven.
Hi, I'm Steven. I am also a nerd that mostly focuses on video games. I'm the only one out of these three that have an actual computer, so I'm the only real gamer here.
He's the only true gamer.
He is the only true gamer.
I'm the only one sitting in a squeaky gaming chair right now.
Yep. He's leaning back in his squeaky gaming chair while the other two of us are sitting at all the dining room chairs.
Losers.
Hey, but they're chairs.
They're chairs.
They are chairs.
All right.
Alright, so I've been hearing about what... So, Tim, you have been talking about your dice, and you have not been telling me anything about this.
No, this is a story. So, a lot of times I feel like we're gonna try to hold off on telling each other stories of things that happen, so we can tell you guys and get everyone's response and like reaction real time.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first of, I'm sure, many horror stories about this complete ADHD that at least two of us have. I'm not quite sure about
Yeah,
Nicholas.
I've not heard about this. I think Steven was with you for
Steven
this?
I was
was
here.
with me. We were both
This
home
is
for
our
this.
story.
This is our story. We
All
were
right.
both home for this. This
I want to
is-
hear this.
So, on was it? It was on Thursday, right?
Yeah, no, if it was Thursday or maybe even Friday.
It was Thursday. Okay, yeah. So it was Thursday. It was 2 days ago. We're recording this on a Saturday. It was 2 days ago. I picked up Steven from work and we went to a game store. We're gonna get an expansion
should we
pack.
talk about our addiction while we're talking about the game store?
Yeah.
We'll talk about the
no,
game,
No,
but
we're talking about the game. So we've had to. So like a week ago, less than a week ago, we bought the first of this game series called Red Dragon Inn.
Yeah, it's a Slugfest game. Oh my god, we have grown a very strong addiction to
In
this
less
game.
than a
In
week,
less than a week, we have bought 5?
5 out of the.
You guys are nuts.
7?
5 out of the 7 expansion packs.
And 1 character pack.
And
so far.
one individual character pack. And this has been less than a week.
And there are over 50 characters.
There are over 50 characters in this game.
not sponsored, by the way.
Not sponsored, hopefully, eventually, because, oh my god, do we support these people. It's Slugfest. So, we were gonna go get another expansion pack on Thursday, which we did end up doing, but along with it, at the store, we
Bought a dice.
we bought a dice. There's a little mini pack. I don't remember what the brand was, but it was some brand of
nice heavy D20.
It's a nice heavy D20 solid metal. It's got the great, has a little bit of a character icon on the 20, and it comes with a little pin as well. So we do that. We buy that. I open up my die and the
Before
pin.
you even get home.
Before we even get home, as soon as we walked out of the store, I opened up this pin and die.
And I warned him that was a bad idea.
He warned me it was a bad idea. That wasn't the bad idea. That wasn't it.
Was it?
No, I mean it was great. It wasn't a bad idea. It was great. I opened it up. I took out the pin. It was a little orc. And I looked at the die. It was great. It's a nice solid green color, my favorite color. And we were having a good time. Came home. It was me and Steven just hanging out. We were probably here for maybe about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, playing Red Dragon Inn with the new pack that we got. And we go to put things away. We bought the biggest pack that stores all the other packs within it. And
So there's a lot of trash.
there's a lot of trash on the table. So we're cleaning things up. I make sure to get my die because I don't want it to get lumped in with anything else.
I hand it to him.
He hands it to me. And then whatever, we're doing stuff, we're cleaning. I grab a bunch of trash, I throw it in the bag, the trash bag in the barrel.
I have a feeling
Keep going. We put away all the boxes, all of the junk from each individual box goes into one big box, so it's really hard to actually find any individual thing in that box. We go ahead, we put that away. We sit down, I'm looking for my die, I'm like, what the hell's my die? I look in my pockets, I'm wearing jeans, so I look in all of my pockets. I don't know where it is. I look at the table. It's not there.
He gets me up to start helping to look for him.
I get Steven. We start looking for it. Sorry, I just dropped my phone, but we're good. We start looking. We're probably looking for about 25 minutes. We rummage through the garbage. We look in every single game box that we have. We look in every drawer. We look in every crevice of this house.
And the entire meantime, Nicholas is waiting for us to pick him up.
Nicholas is waiting for us to pick him up at May's work. We're not going to talk about who May is. Just know that May.
She exists.
She exists.
No.
But so Nicholas is waiting for us to go pick him up, and we're looking. We're looking for almost a half hour. We've looked in every single crevice. Each of us have rummaged through the trash 2 times. Total of 4 times rummaged through the trash. We look through everything, even though we know it's not in one of these boxes. But we know that if we don't look for it, it's gonna be in that box. So we look through every single box. We look through every single drawer, every crack and crevice of the couch, beds, all that stuff. Nothing. So, as a last-ditch effort, Steven pulls the trash bag out of the barrel. I reach, I'm feeling for it. I can't feel anything. So we put it back down, nothing. We keep looking, maybe another 5 minutes. and Steven picks up the trash bag again to feel it again, and there it is.
Right as we've given up.
Right as we're giving up. It's there in the trash, on the bottom, under
Everything?
under everything.
You're kidding.
In with food and drinks and all that stuff. You can feel the cold whatever's at the bottom. It's mushy, but you can feel the dye.
That's the dice. That's the die right there.
No, this is not the dye right here. This is Steven's dye. But so we go and we go upstairs. We put a bunch of the trash from this barrel into another barrel so we can make room to reach for the dye. Steven reaches in, grabs it, and disgusting, dude. This is brutal. This was awesome.
Wait,
This
like what was like around it? Like shit or something?
Like there was
No, it was in the
iced
trash
tea
bag.
and
Yeah.
someone put a whole chicken chunk in there.
Someone put a whole chunk of chicken breast, Nicholas.
Wait, I did?
Yeah, because you're like, I'm not gonna finish it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I did.
It was with
Yeah,
that. It was
we know.
It was lumped in with cold, mushy food and drinks
And that cold chicken.
and that cold chicken. So Steven reaches in and grabs it. I put the little filter in the sink so that way nothing falls in. We're scrubbing it with dish soap, unbranded dish soap because not spawn. Hashtag not spawn.
Not spawn.
That's fun.
Not spawn.
Spawn camp.
Spawn kill.
So we rub this thing now. We scrub it, and it's finally clean. I make sure that I get Steven's attention, and I'm like, okay, I am putting this in my pocket now. And I made him watch me put it in my pocket and make sure it didn't go anywhere. And now it's, okay, let's go pick up Nicholas. We walk outside. Steven goes to put the trash bag in the barrel.
You're going to sit down in your car.
I lock the house. I have my wallet, my keys. I don't have my phone.
Oh yeah.
I don't have my phone. I don't have my phone. So I put the keys back in the lock. I open up the door. We look through the entire ground floor level,
Of
the
the
entire
house.
first level of the house for my phone, and we cannot find it.
And he doesn't have his sound on when I called him.
I don't have my sound on. I
Do you,
always
do you have at least the vibration on?
it's
We
my the
did have
vibration's on,
but no sound.
but no sound. So we come back downstairs and we're looking again through everything, and I'm like, I know
No, we
I have
just
my
looked
phone.
for the fucking dice
we
board.
just looked for the dice, and now I'm looking for my phone. And Steven's like, was it in the trash? The bag that I just put in the barrel? I'm like, oh no, I fucking hope not.
And wait, was it in the barrel or?
That's for you to find out, alright?
All right.
So,
Well, I'm
Stop
waiting.
interrupting.
So
I'm waiting.
we keep looking for my phone. We go upstairs. We keep looking for my phone. We cannot find it. Steven called it once while we were down here. We did not hear anything, so we went upstairs, looking again, cannot find it. So Steven calls me, and we hear a. It's behind our shoe rack, just vibrating.
The one near the door?
The one near the door.
What? How?
Because I sat down to put my shoes on and it fell out of my pocket
Oh.
behind the shoe rack.
And we didn't hear it at all.
And we didn't hear it fall.
But I mean,
Oh.
hearing things is
Oh my
irrelevant.
Oh my god.
What?
Another part of the dice. We completely forgot about this. We were looking for the dice. And so another thing we didn't mention is there's another room right next to where we are, right next to where I last knew that I had the dice. And it's got a fully stone floor. So we're like, oh, if like I did walk over there, but there's no way it would have been in there because we would have heard it. So we grabbed the other dice. We grabbed Steven's die. That is
same exact
It's
one.
the exact same one, just it's got a different color and a different character on it. And we're like, listen, we would absolutely hear this. I dropped the die on the stone.
Silence.
Completely silent. So we are now freaking out like, oh my god, we have this entire stone floor room to check. And
Luckily, there's no furniture in the room. currently.
luckily there's no furniture in that room, so it was kind of easy to look around, but there's an open spot underneath the staircases on either side of the room. So
I was gonna say, I don't know if you noticed that, Tim, but
I noticed that. Trust me, I was worried about that point. Luckily, like I said, we did find it in the trash.
Turns out metal makes no sound on stone. Who knew?
Apparently, metal does not make sound when you drop it on stone. This was just so crazy.
So
And
I'm not there for second.
You're not there, and this is only 2.5, maybe 3 hours tops of you not being home with us, and
everything goes to
everything
shit.
goes to shit.
And then you gotta finish what happened after we got our phone. What happened before we got our phone? After you got your phone and we went to go pick up Nicholas. What happened? As you were getting in the car.
Oh, as we were getting in the car,
Oh no.
I open up my door, and on the ground is the pin.
The pin I told him not to open.
The
yet.
pin he told me not to open it. It was just on the ground next to my car. If I didn't see it in that one moment,
It would.
it would never have been found again. Never.
So I hate to say it, Tim, but I told you so.
Shut up.
So how was Tim's dice experience?
You are a mess.
I am a mess.
No, you guys seem to fall apart every time I'm not there for whatever reason.
ADHD, man. It's
Yes.
a killer.
ADHD
No.
is a brutal thing.
No.
Good thing I'm not on any ADHD meds.
Come on.
Alright, so I'm gonna start it. Actually, who wants to start it off? Anyone?
You can start.
Yeah,
off
you can
since
start off.
Alright, I'll start one off with. We'll start with something like that I just wrote down recently. Alright, here's my 2 truths and a lie. I have seen all the Star Wars movies. My go-to movie as a kid was the Three Stooges movie. And my favorite movie of all time is Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Your go-to movie was not.
It was not Three Stooges.
Was not Three Stooges.
Oh, I used to watch that all the time.
No.
Yes,
no,
it
no.
was.
Your go-to movie would have been the fucking B movie.
The B movie was one of them, but no. The amount of times I've rewatched the Three Stooges movie as a kid, like, yeah, no, that was a really go-to.
Okay, so then.
I mean, so the question is, what are you qualifying as all the Star Wars movies?
Like all 9?
All 9, or are you talking about
All Star Wars movies.
So including the spin-offs?
Yes.
I know you have not, because I know you haven't seen Solo.
Correct. I have not seen Solo.
Okay, well I misunderstood the question. I thought it meant the real Star Wars.
No, I mean like all Star Wars
That's
movies.
because I knew you'd seen all 9, but
Listen.
but I knew you hadn't seen Solo.
Solo's not a Star Wars movie. There are exactly 6 Star Wars movies, and I will not budge on this topic.
Rogue One was pretty good. I liked Rogue One.
Okay, there are 7,
Yeah.
but I will not budge past that. There's no way there's fucking sequels.
No, the only one of the sequel trilogy I actually
Liked was the
enjoyed
first one.
was the first one. The Force Awakens was I liked that a lot. I thought it was a great
Did
thing.
you realize that The Force Awakens was basically just
A New Hope.
New Hope?
Yeah,
It was just a
just with a
retelling of
different
the New
coat of
Hope.
paint.
the sequel stories were literally just basically were just the original trilogy given the landlord treatment.
Oh yes, give it a nice coat of
Yeah.
paint.
Oh,
All
but
right.
of course.
Alright.
All right, who's next?
I'll go. Okay. When I was 10, I cried at an invitation to a football game because I wanted to play a video game.
That
Even
sounds
though I
like
love sports, I love going to football games, I love going to hockey games, stuff like that.
That sounds like you.
In middle school, I broke my crush's hand by throwing the football too hard during gym class. And my favorite dessert is pumpkin pie.
I don't think you broke your crush's hand. I think your hand got broken.
I do remember you having was it like a splint on your arm? Or like
I did have a cast on my arm when I was 11, 10 or 11, something like that.
I think it was that. Like
You think that's the lie? You think that
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
break my crush's
You
hand?
did not break your crush's arm.
I broke my crush's hand by throwing a football too hard in class. Is 100% true.
Oh.
And then what did she think of you afterwards?
I mean, it was an honest accident.
It was an honest accident. We were playing catch in gym class, and I just threw a football too hard, and it hit her hand just right where it broke, like just underneath her pinky.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that area is fragile.
That's a very fragile area. And
Especially with like the football pointed in.
yeah.
So if it hits directly.
My favorite dessert is not pumpkin pie. I tried giving you a little bit of an easy one.
Is it pumpkin cheesecake?
No, I love them both. Pumpkin pie is my favorite pie. It's my favorite Thanksgiving food. However, my favorite dessert is tiramisu.
I didn't want to think about that
God
because
damn.
that would have been like too simple.
And that's why I put it. And that's why I put it because it's kind of a little bit simple. I did write an invitation to a football game because I wanted to.
I didn't choose that because that sounded exactly
okay.
like you.
What game was it though? What game were you talking?
What video game?
Yeah.
I had just got the Ben 10 Omniverse game for my Wii.
Yeah.
Okay, that's understandable then. That is very understandable.
I woke up, so I got that game and I went to bed and I woke up in the morning. It was getting close to Christmas time, so we had my tree set up. We were decorating the tree, and my dad was like, "Hey," actually our dad, your dad was like, "Hey, listen, I got tickets for a Patriots game. I think you want to go with me. I think you guys are up at Grandma's."
I remember him telling me that.
Yeah. I bawled because I didn't want to go to a Patriots game. I wanted to play Ben 10 on my Wii.
Understandable. Fucking loved playing the Ben 10 game.
Oh my god, it was so
The Ben 10 game was the best.
Yeah.
Alright, Steven?
Alrighty then. I got 3 for you. I have been grounded for almost an entire school year before.
That sounds like you.
I've never owned a pet before. And I've had a hole in my knee before from injury.
I gotta think on this, cause I remember you being grounded for like almost your entire school year.
That sounds very.
No,
real.
no, I remember this
I don't
happening.
fully remember that.
It was like one of your last years of like high school.
I don't do homework.
Yeah, that's understandable.
What was the first one?
I had a hole in my knee from an accident.
So that was the last one, and then the grounding one, and you never
And
had
then
a pet.
I've never owned a pet before.
You've never owned a pet. I don't know what are we qualifying as owning a pet?
A pet, like anything you would think of in a pet store.
Like animal, any animal.
Any animal. Because technically you could have had a pet fly or a
No,
pet
we're
rock.
not, we're not
No.
counting that
A pet
stupid
rock?
bullshit.
No, we're not counting that.
We're counting anything you can get at a pet store.
You can get a pet rock at a pet store.
You can get a pet rock at a pet store.
Okay, well, I'm not counting a rock. I'm counting a living, breathing thing.
I'm
gonna say
I'm going with the pet one.
I'm gonna go with the pet one.
You're both wrong.
So yeah, the knee.
It was the knee.
Wait, we had a goldfish.
Exactly. How did you toad the goldfish?
Yeah.
You forgot about it.
I don't remember.
Wait, you said you never had a pet. That was the lie.
Yeah, I know. That's what you guys said.
Yeah,
You
you
guys
said
were both
that.
saying that was. Did I do this wrong?
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
saying
you
that was
did
a
this
lie.
thing.
Oh
We
shit.
were pointing out the lie.
Well, yes, I have had a hole in my knee before from an injury.
Mm.
I was running around outside.
You don't run.
Fucking. I tripped, right? And there was this patch of concrete that was just sticking out.
Oh yeah.
There was a corner just sticking out, and my knee went directly onto that
Oh.
hole.
That's rough.
That is rough, buddy.
Yeah.
Alright.
It actually reminds me of like a injury that I've got. Like we were at a camp, and so I was just chilling in the back of a golf cart because
Yeah.
the person who owned the camp, their camp, had the golf cart in it. So I decided to just chill in the back there. For some reason, I got my entire leg stuck in the back seat of the golf cart. I had to like pull that out. Like the second I pulled that out, I had a bruise like the size of my hand,
That's
all on my thigh.
Have you tried not doing that?
yeah. Seriously.
No! Like, that was the biggest bruise I have ever gotten. What about you guys?
Oh god.
What-
I think the biggest
Bruise.
bruise I ever got. That's hard. Actually, this is a really funny story. I was carrying groceries in the house one day, and I was going up the set of stairs. You know, like we round up the stairs at our old house.
Yeah.
I was riding up those stairs, and I had a bag full of soup cans and sauce cans, right?
Oh, wait, I know this story.
We were walking up the stairs, and my hands were full. So like I was holding my hands out in front of me and like carrying. We were young, so I don't really remember I knew it was difficult to carry, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to seem strong. And every single step, the cans would come and would slam on my knee.
Ooh.
So, within minutes, like we got up the stairs, we got into the kitchen. I put the bags down, and I rolled up my pant leg, and there was already a massive bruise there.
Ow.
And it got worse over the course of the next couple hours, as bruises do.
Yeah.
That might have been the biggest bruise I had ever gotten.
I don't remember bruises. I just know that my worst injury was a hole in the knee.
Yeah, that sounds pretty rough.
All right.
Alright, Nicholas, your turn for our second round.
All right, this is the second and final round for Two Truths and a Lie. All right, this one is something that you both will have
No.
a hard time figuring out since I barely talk about my experiences in basic.
Yeah.
All right, so
You enjoyed the gas chamber.
we don't talk about that. All right,
That's
so
besides the point.
so here's all the things in basic. I almost got my finger shot. I did handstands in the dip bars in front of the drill sergeants, and I was the lead cadence caller for my platoon.
I know
So
the
I know
cadence
you
caller.
I know you were the cadence caller.
I know you were the lead cadence
And
caller.
a handstand sounds exactly like you, so your finger did not almost get shot off.
I would say your finger did almost get shot off. You didn't do the handstands.
I'd say he did do the handstands and his finger did not almost get shot off.
In basic training, I was not the lead cadence. I only called cadence once in basic.
were- What?
not
Yep.
the-
Then you lied to us this whole time.
No,
No,
eh,
no,
eh,
no. I believe you told me that you were the lead candidate.
You have definitely told
me,
us that.
Let me explain. I was the lead cadence caller in AIT, but AIT is completely different than the basic training that we usually do. Oh yeah, guys, laugh it up. All right,
Yeah,
but
technicalities.
I did almost get my finger shot though.
So-
Because there was this moron out in the gun range. He decided I was helping him guide him, with hey, your target's over here, 50 meters to the left, 300-meter target. He was having he was having a really hard time reloading the magazine. For some reason, he pointed the gun at me because he's a fucking idiot, and he almost shot my hand,
Gun
shot my finger.
safety
It's the big-
is
Very big.
It's very big, but I will say this.
Did the drill sergeant ream his ass afterwards?
They didn't see him, but no one in basic said shit because if
You know, you
if
get
one
beat
person
up.
got in trouble, we all got in trouble. No, yeah. So that was a really, that was a really difficult.
All right.
But the handstands in front of the drill sergeants, that was a real thing. It was a day after we did one of our final things, and we got a free PT day outside, so we got to do whatever we wanted outside. So I went to the pull-up, the dip bars, and I decided just to do handstands on it. The drill sergeants came over and just said nothing. He just watched me.
Well, so I guess this is an okay time to say this, but Nicholas was the most athletic out of the three of us. Growing up, he did do gymnastics
Oh, yeah.
for years.
I did it ever since I was 3, and it was
And
been.
how far did you get on the rings?
Oh, rings?
Weren't you
You were in the top few, right?
No, for it was, I forget what year, but it was my first year of high school. I got first place for the entire state of the
Yeah,
Stones.
that's what I'm saying. It's like I knew that
Yeah,
you were.
but
Yeah.
didn't you go to regional?
I went to regionals as well.
And I thought you placed fairly well in regionals.
I did
too.
place fairly well in regionals. I think I got 6th overall. I can't
That's
remember.
pretty good though.
Yeah.
That's
It was very
extremely good.
impressive.
Yeah.
All right, here's my turn. My round 2. All right, I forced myself to like the Saw movies because I wanted to enjoy the gore. I hate playing Call of Duty. That is one of my least favorite games to play of all time. And I hated Halloween until I was too old to trick or treat.
I'm gonna call the
I'm
Call
gonna
of
go
Duty.
with Halloween.
Call of Duty for me.
Because you've talked about playing Call of Duty before, and I don't think you would have talked about it if you hated it. And I know more than anything you love those Saw movies.
I love the Saw movies.
Oh, yeah.
That is my favorite movie series of all time.
And I think it would have had a tainted reputation if you forced yourself to watch them.
So you just
I think Halloween is wrong.
you think Halloween is fake? You think that I did force myself to like the Saw movies because of the gore?
Oh no, I don't think you forced yourself to like the Saw movies.
You think
actually.
that's the lie?
Yes.
Nicholas?
I'm gonna call you really like Call of Duty.
think
You
that-
did before old school like Black Ops 2 days, that was the shit.
So far, you have said that you think Call of Duty is a lie, and Steven has said that he thinks that I do like playing Call of Duty. He thinks that I didn't hate Halloween until I was too old to trick-or-treat, and he thinks that I didn't force myself to like the Saw movies. He thinks all three of them are fake, which is completely not true. There is 2 truths and 1 lie in this.
That's the
Fine.
whole point of the
guarantee
game.
it.
Fine, the Saw one's the lie.
You think the Saw one is a lie? You think that I did not force myself to like my favorite movie series of all time?
Correct.
Nicholas, you were correct.
All right.
I love playing Call of Duty. I love playing Call of Duty. Like the old ones, I'm really excited to see what they do with the new Modern Warfare 3 because Makarov's coming back.
That is
Very excited about that.
the original Modern Warfare 3 was my first ever COD game.
My first ever COD game, unfortunately, was Ghosts,
Oh.
which
Wow.
did not taint my vision of Call of Duty, unlike when I first started watching Dragon Ball. My first ever experience of that was GT. That very much tainted my experience with Dragon Ball.
But GT's actually good though.
That's okay, Tim. My first experience with Call of Duty is yet to happen.
You've never played Call of Duty? Even
Never.
the years that me and Nicholas have played?
I mean,
Nope.
I've played a little bit, but I just stopped because I just wasn't good at Call of Duty.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's why I have Black Ops 2 again on my Xbox, is because I want to go back and because
Experience and nostalgia.
Well, it's not even just that, but that was my first Call of Duty game that I fell in love with, and also the lobbies are always hacked, so you're getting bombarded with
You told me
crazy
about this.
players who are extremely good. Which sucks at first, but once you get back into the swing of things, it makes you so much better at the game.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I hated Halloween until I was too old to trick or treat. I thought that the process of doing all that was tedious. I never enjoyed trick or treating. I thought that I love dressing up. I love doing that, but I hated doing trick or treating. I thought that was so boring and tedious. I love it. Halloween is my favorite holiday.
Halloween is my favorite holiday as well.
I did force myself to like the Saw movies at first because I wanted to enjoy the gore. I heard people talking about how great these movies were. I was like, I watched the first one. I was like, this is awful. Like not like awful like the content, but like just I hate the gore. This is just brutal.
The first one didn't even have anything that bad.
Well, I mean, until the end when Lawrence cuts off his leg.
Yeah,
But,
that's
like-
mostly off screen.
No, not really. It's a lot of it is on screen, but yeah, like
If you
that
want to talk
at that
bad,
point.
Timothy Young.
Yeah, I mean, but at that point, I was like, I don't know if I like these movies, but I really wanted to enjoy them. So I went back and I watched every single one of them, and I made sure that I never looked away while with all the gory stuff because I wanted to like it. And over time, I just kind of
Grew numb a little.
I grew a little bit numb to it, and now it is my favorite movie series of all time.
And it's slowly becoming mine. Tim recently introduced me to the Saw series, and it has been growing on me
Yep.
so much.
He just has to watch Spiral, and then Saw 10 coming out in a month, buddy.
But we're still seeing
Not
Saw 10 regardless. But
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Spiral isn't necessary to watch Saw 10. I'm guessing just because of where
it's just a side story. You told
it's
me.
a side story.
It's from the book of Saw.
It's called Spiral from the Book of Saw. So it's like it is a spin-off movie, but it takes place in the universe.
Yeah.
It is technically Saw 9, because we have
Jigsaw,
Saw 7, and then we have Jigsaw, and then now we have Spiral, and now we have Saw 10,
Saw 10 or Saw X.
Saw X.
All right, Steven?
So I mentioned that I never played Call of Duty before, and there's a reason for that. For growing up, I was a big Nintendo gamer.
Yes.
Speaking of Nintendo, that brings me into my true truth, one lie.
All right.
I have bought 5 Nintendo Switch consoles since they've been out. One time when I went to church camp, I saw one of the counselors put a kid's head through a wall, and I got detention in 2nd grade.
I know about the church camp thing. You told me about that. I know that for a fact. We were talking about this a couple days ago.
I
That
know.
was a year before like I went.
Yeah, before you.
Yeah,
started
I
going.
remember that.
I know that that's a thing.
So, okay, I guess I should explain about that.
Yeah.
Please.
The counselor wasn't mad at the kid or anything. They were just horsing around, and the kid crawled into a spot where the counselor couldn't reach him easily. So the counselor grabbed him by his legs and started shaking him. But since he was shaking him, he actually put the kid's head through the wall back there. He was like in between two of the beds or something. There was like a little cubby there.
Yeah.
And that's where he fit.
That's awesome.
So Mental Jin, what do you think my lie is?
I'm gonna say your lie is detention in second grade.
I'm gonna say that because I know when you first got your Switch, and then you got the OLED, and then something happened with the OLED. I think you got another one, and then you got rid of the OLED and got the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. But for some reason, I'm thinking you got a fifth one, so I'm gonna say that's true. I'm thinking that the lie is the other one.
That I got detention in second grade?
Yeah.
Well, fellas, you're both wrong. I got detention in second grade.
He said that was the lie.
Yeah, I said that was a lie.
Yeah.
I thought the second grade detention was a lie.
Yeah, no, that is the lie.
Yeah.
No, that's not a lie. That's the truth. I mean.
Yeah. And I said I fit. Oh, yeah.
So how many Switches did you end up buying?
4.
4.
So
okay.
I counted them all right. I just
You counted them all right.
I counted them all right.
Although
But
technically you missed one. I got the original Switch, and then when the Switch with the better battery came out, I bought that one.
yeah.
And then when the OLED came out, I bought the OLED. And then my OLED fucking broke, so I had to buy a new OLED.
Which was the Pokemon Scarlet Violet one.
Oh, the Pokemon Scarlet Violet is the
Is
the
other
fourth
OLED.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so I was correct in the number, but for some reason I felt like you had gotten another one.
Well, I mean, that's kind of lame. I mean, I kind of cheated by changing the number by 1, but I mean, come on.
People do. That's fine.
People do that all the time, and people still get twisted, like we just did.
Like we just did, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point we're about only like a half hour into the recording.
Alright, so if we can go on a tangent, why don't we talk about church camp?
Oh, I have some good stories.
Do you remember a little something called Tube Tug, Nicholas?
Yo. Okay, so I almost got banned from the entire game
Okay,
because
so explain the rules before you start explaining the game.
okay, so Tube Tug, so there's 8 giant tubes in the center, and
Like the stuff that you use when swimming,
yeah, so and there's
but more
4
heavy duty.
And there's 4 different teams. Each team has like a group of 8 people, and we all have to go in there, grab the tubes, and just bring it to your side.
Keep in mind, this was a church camp.
Church
Yeah.
camp. Church camp.
In between some of the tubes were a bit of extra stuffs, which
Like little tiny balls.
yeah, tiny balls, which
That
people.
were worth more points, actually, I think.
Yeah, so people were gonna get dragged around. People were gonna get thrown around,
Hey,
and
this game got rough.
this game got rough. This is the second most violent game of the church camp.
Counselor nurse said she hates this game the most.
I remember her saying that.
Yes, she did. Say
Okay,
that.
so this was like one of my first experiences of Tube Tug. So I go in there, I'm getting ready. So we're all like right there. The whistle blows. We all grab a tube, like everyone, like, and their mom grabs a tube. Their mom's not even in the game, but their mom grabs a tube. Okay,
The term everybody and the mother.
yes.
Everybody in the mother.
Everybody-
Me and Tim were on the sidelines for this
We
one.
were on the sidelines.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I grab the tube. I start yanking. Some dude, some asshole, just comes out of nowhere, just starts grabbing the tube, and he's stronger than me at the time. So
He's
I'm like,
stronger, but they're based off weight class.
Yes.
yeah. But so I like start shoving him out of the way, so I can get. The whistle eventually blows on me because I'm being too violent. So I
It's a
got
game
kicked.
about being violent
It's a game about violence, and I got kicked out for being too violent.
at a church camp.
At a church camp. But it's a game of, and all I was doing, I was just shoving the guy out of the way. Like I literally like pushed the guy. I grabbed the tube and I start going, and there's like, you out.
Who got dragged? Was it you or was it Tim?
I got dragged like a good amount of times. No, Tim actually like brought like a tube over.
I did bring it to him. I actually I think I dragged you once.
No,
No,
Did
we're
I
on
not?
the same
no,
team.
no,
Remember?
we're
No, I know, but there was another time where I'm pretty sure I went off, like,
No,
completely
no,
off
yeah,
base.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. So you grabbed the tube and you started like dragging, like running
wrong
towards
way.
our side. I end up tripping, and no, I end up tripping, and I end up getting dragged by Tim over here.
Yep.
Should we talk about Grinder?
Oh,
No.
No,
Oh,
no,
it's
no,
a
no, no, no.
game. It's a game.
No, no, I know, and I don't want to. I'm scared.
all right, Steven, go ahead.
So there's this game called Grinder. So we. It was
Not the dating app.
no. Tim's one without experience on that.
Wait, what?
So you had to put. It was a game where 4 people were attached to a harness.
2 people were on each team.
2 people on each team, and then you had to get down on your hands and knees, and there were balls on the 4 corners that you had to try and get off.
We
like the
were
other
all
team.
strapped together, and it was like
Yes,
a
we
little
were all
like
strapped
square.
together.
It was like a
So-
little square strap. So
We
we're
had to
all.
like pull against each other to get the balls. I went with a kid from my weight class, and we lost. We couldn't do anything about it. I went with my brother Nicholas. The other team couldn't even score a fucking point.
No, because they had my strength and Steven's weight.
Wow.
Steven has the most individual mass between the 3 of us.
Yeah. Yeah. So between us, we were unstoppable.
Correct.
Tim like won one round. He won like a round. I forget.
I wasn't extremely good at this.
Yeah.
He's tall and lanky.
I'm tall.
You're tall and lanky, but you don't got the muscle.
I don't have the muscle. Yeah, it's.
No.
Or the
and
weight.
No, they
Or
didn't-
the weight, yeah.
No, the funny enough
Especially
thing.
when we were younger.
No, they didn't do it by weight. They did it by height. So regardless, if you were like tall and not strong, you could have still like fucked
yeah,
up.
I guess you're right. I forgot they did think by height, not by weight.
Yeah, but somehow they paired us together. I think they
no,
did like
no,
one
it was
strike
like a
per-
bonus round afterwards.
Yeah, and we
And then,
killed.
like, you could volunteer who to do it, so me and you did it.
Yeah.
And we fucking dominated.
Yeah.
We did it in like 15
Yeah,
seconds.
no, they couldn't pull me at all. I
Yeah.
was holding on to that grass for dear life.
Imagine if someone had cleats during that.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wait, speaking of cleats, that brings me to soccer. What's that game with the grease ball?
Oh, annihilate.
Annihilation.
Yeah, so one kid almost beat me up during that.
Did you really?
Okay, so Annihilation. So there's these 2 holes in the ground. It's pretty much soccer, but you're on your knees and you can only walk on your knees. The ball is soapy. You have to like grab the ball with your hands and
Covered
like
in Crisco, too, I think.
yeah.
Is it really
It was
covered in Crisco?
I think it.
covered
I
in
think it-
Crisco, soap, and a bunch of other slippery stuff. So the ball like slips even if you're holding onto the ball for
Yeah.
dear life. So yeah.
And you're doing it on your knees, so your knees get fucked up.
Yep.
Because it's on a grassy field.
So I'm sorry, like complete tangent right here. But I'm never gonna remember this if I don't say it right now.
Yeah.
So Nicholas and I both we longboard. We haven't in a little bit just because stuff's gotten in the
I
way.
think
I really want to, especially at the new house. There's so much
Oh, I
amazing
know.
places over here where we could.
I'll take like a video and post it.
Yeah, but so one time while we were this was me. I was out with one of my friends. We went to the rail trail, and we were going down. And this was before I started actually getting good at longboarding. I wasn't comfortable standing on my board, so I was sitting on my knees on my longboard.
I remember.
And I was dragging myself by basically walking along my hands. We probably did this for about 5 miles. And at the end, my fingertips were literally bleeding through because I had worn away at my skin from basically dragging my hands across the concrete for hours. Alright, yeah, so that was brutal. That was
Yeah.
brutal.
You remind me of that one character from Toy Story in Sid's Garden? There's the guy on the longboard that's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And that's where I got the idea from, the toy in Toy Story where the top half of a dude was basically just attached to a mini penny board.
Yeah.
I basically did that for probably 3.5, 4 miles on my hands, just dragging my fingers across the concrete. And it was so rough because afterwards we got lunch at a restaurant, and I was in pain holding my fork because the pads of my fingertips were like completely
You could
numb.
not feel a thing.
He wasn't able to play Ben 10 after that.
I was not able to play Ben 10 after that. No.
Okay, so back to our
Annihilation.
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 Yes. So two holes on. It was like a soccer field, but not actually the length of a soccer field.
It was a field.
Yeah, it was a field. So I obviously like was in the crew. So I threw like a ball at like some guy, and he ended up scoring a point. So some asshole like next round realized, oh, this guy is like, oh, he thinks he's all good and everything, so I'm gonna show him up because I'm bigger and stronger than him. So he goes up to me as the round starts. I like grab the ball, and he takes the ball away from me. I get on top of him, and I'm like trying to grab the ball, like, so I end up taking the ball. The second he gets the ball, he starts to the second he gets the ball, he like swings once. He like punches me like on my chest. It didn't really hurt too much, but the moment he swung, that's where he got kicked out of the game.
So
Good on you for not fighting him.
good on you for not fighting him. Yeah.
No, because
I'm very
I knew
proud of
I knew I was in the right, and I knew this guy was all big and thinks he's the best at everything.
We can have a whole episode about church camp.
Oh my God,
I think we're gonna file this one away.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So
We'll talk more about this stuff in another episode.
yeah.
But for right now, I do have another tangent story. It's not related at all to what was just going on, but I just remembered this.
Yeah.
And Nicholas was in the car with me when this happened.
Oh no.
And I think this was probably the most excited he has ever seen
Oh
me.
yes, yes. It was like 2 years ago,
3 years ago.
3 years ago.
So I got into snowboarding. I went out with one of my friends. We went to a little mountain, and I rented out a snowboard. It was my first time ever trying it. I've been skiing a bunch growing up. I know how to do both now, but I tried it. I did a lesson. I loved it. I fell in love with snowboarding so much that immediately I went up to our parents and I was like, "Hey, for Christmas, instead of getting me like any kind of like big presents, can I have some money so I can buy a snowboard?" 2 weeks later, Christmas comes around. I got the money. I got a total of $800 between that and then my birthday's right afterwards, so I got some birthday money for that as well.
Yeah.
On my birthday, we went to the store. I was looking around. I found the perfect snowboard for me.
It looked cool.
It is a phenomenal snowboard. I got that. I bought some boots, a helmet,
Some like extra gear.
some extra gear. I brought a stomp pad for it as well.
Yeah.
And they said it would take 4 to 6 days to go and get it. And then the next day, I got a call from one of my other friends who was like, "Hey, we're gonna go snowboarding tomorrow. Do you want to come?" I said, "Hell yes." So, we're snowboarding in 2 days. You want to come? I was like, "Yes, absolutely." So this would have been the third day. The third day of waiting for my snowboard, we would have gone to get it. The next day, this is the day before we go snowboarding. I'm in the car with Nicholas,
Yep.
and I get a text saying that, "Hey, your snowboard's in. Come get it." I went ballistic.
That was the loudest I have ever heard Tim. The most excited I have
was
ever heard Tim.
That might have been the most excited and completely all out screaming, "Yes! Yes! Fuck yeah!"
I'm pretty sure I can hear them from the house.
This was the most excited I think I have ever
No,
been.
yeah.
And Nicholas was in the car with me, and it was hilarious because he was laughing at me.
I was laughing the entire time. I had no idea what was going on.
because
Because I completely forgot about the snowboard
You
at the
completely
time.
forgot the snowboard, and I didn't tell you what the text was. I read the text and started screaming.
I can imagine you guys in the car and Tim just takes a hard-ass U-turn.
No, but the crazy thing was we were already like
Towards the direction
we were
of the
already
store.
kind of in that direction of the store. So instead of taking the left, we just went straight. And I was screaming, "Yes, yes, fuck yeah!" It was awesome. I was snowboarding 2 more times that year. I need to go again. I need to take these guys with me.
Yeah. I've only been snowboarding once, but it hasn't really been an experience since, like, I barely got to do anything.
We should go rent a snowboard and do a lesson. It will be awesome. I would love for you to come with me this year.
Yeah.
Alright.
Personally, I think I'd be more of a ski guy, and you
And-
probably agree.
I probably agree. I think that you could do either, but just rent out a pair of skis, or rent out a snowboard, do a lesson, and then I think that'll be amazing and fun for both of us.
Yeah.
All right.
No. Oh.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't think he has ever
No.
heard me that excited before in our lives.
Especially in the car driving.
Oh my god.
You just see, I saw like one person look over at your car and like, is this dude okay? And
no, I was not.
No, I was like wondering, are you okay? Like,
No,
what's
I
going
wasn't.
on?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So, what will ever make you that excited again?
I don't know.
Something about Nightmare Before Christmas, maybe?
Possibly. That is my favorite movie of all time, Nightmare Before Christmas. I was also extremely excited because when we were moving in, we went to Best Buy because we were gonna get a not sponsored stick for our TV that would allow us to go like basically turn our TV into a smart TV.
Which already broke.
Which already broke. The remote already broke, and that was 2 weeks ago that we got this thing.
Less.
It's been less than 2 weeks since we bought this, and it broke already. But anyways, we were at Best Buy, and we were just looking around in the kind of like gaming section, right next to the gaming section, movies. There are movies. And we saw that there is steelbooks for the Disney 100 anniversary. One of them was Nightmare Before Christmas. Steven is my favorite brother because of this.
Come on.
I mean, that day he was my favorite
Yeah.
brother because of that. He bought me that. My favorite movie of all time, Steelbook. It was a 4K edition of Nightmare Before Christmas, including an uncut version of Frankenweenie from Tim Burton, which is another phenomenal movie. I love Tim Burton. He is phenomenal. I love Danny Elfman. His scores are perfect in everything they do. Batman the Animated Series, almost all of Tim Burton's projects, Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire trilogy, that's all Danny Elfman.
I forgot that was Danny.
That's
Elfman.
all Danny Elfman. He is just an incredible composer. So yeah, that was awesome. I loved that. I went home. We came home that day. I didn't watch it then because we were exhausted, but I watched it the next day, and it was perfect.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. Everything down to the last
Minute
minute details.
details.
Just perfect.
You're welcome.
Yes, and so since we're talking about things being perfect, another perfect thing that we gotta do again because Gen V's coming out in a week. We gotta watch more.
We have to continue watching The Boys.
Continue watching The Boys.
We got distracted by the Saw.
We got distracted by watching all the Saw movies because we felt like Saw was a little bit more important to make sure Nicholas caught up with that before the movie came out. But
Our plan for the movie is we're gonna see the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
in IMAX.
In IMAX.
And we're gonna watch Saw 10 in Dolby.
So we call it Five Nights at Jigsaw's.
That was so two things that I'm very excited for, obviously, because
Oh, yeah.
Saw is my favorite movie series of all time, and I am a massive Five Nights at Freddy's fan.
I grew up with Five Nights at Freddy's ever since I was like 10 or something. I never
not 10.
not 10. Like I forget how,
the games came out in 2014.
Yeah,
so you
I
were
was-
you were 11 or 12,
yeah,
depending on
I
if you
forget
started
how
right away.
I forget how old I was, but it was like a long time ago. Like I never played the games because I was a scared little bitch, and you know that.
Oh my God.
Was? Excuse
we,
me?
We have a.
I hate horror games. Okay.
Yes, he hates horror games. He loves watching. He loves watching horror games. He can't play them. So we have FNAF in VR
Well,
on our.
that's VR.
Yeah, but it's still the same game, and even the game mode in FNAF VR that is the easiest and least terrifying thing, parts and service.
I said no.
He refused. He played 2 minutes of Night 2 in FNAF VR,
And the first animatronic
the
that
first
showed up
time
at his
that
door,
he saw the animatronic walking up to his door, he immediately took off the headset and was like, nope, I'm done.
No.
nothing we could do could get
Nothing
that
we could
headset
do
back
could
on.
get him to put that headset back on. Not a goddamn thing.
But now playing like regular FNAF, I can play like probably with
Oh,
my eyes closed.
I don't know about your eyes.
Probably
closed.
not my eyes closed,
I mean,
but
FNAF 4 you could.
FNAF 4
you could.
But
That is
the
all.
VR, that's like a whole nother game.
It's a whole other game. But yes, especially me being as big of a FNAF fan that I am, I know all of the lore. I'm one of those guys. I am a very loyal. I'm a very loyal person to lore. I love theorizing about things. I love theorizing about things. This all did stem from FNAF and learning that there can be so much more to games and movies and books and everything. So due to that, I think that's what kind of gave me such it kind of gave me an upper hand because growing up, Dad did tell me that I'm very observant.
Yes, very.
So whenever something shows up that I'm thinking could possibly be a hidden secret or something that could hint towards there being more in the
instantly
story,
pointed out.
I instantly pointed out, just with the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer, the second one that came out, where we see Spring Bonnie, that suit.
Mm-hmm.
It really changed up my mind about when this movie would take place within the timeline, because as I know, FNAF 3, where Spring Bonnie is now decayed and now Spring Trap, that takes place in 2023. However, in the but just quickly,
Yeah.
something I noticed immediately was that there was only a little bit of decay on one side of the face and a little bit of the chest for the Spring Bonnie suit in the trailer, meaning that this probably takes place in possibly even the late 90s to early 2000s. Something that would even hint to the Springtrap not being locked away until much later than we thought.
Yeah.
What about the fact that, what if it only takes place a year or so after the first closing?
That wouldn't make sense.
No, it wouldn't.
Because the first closing it takes place in 1987, but that was before Springtrap was locked away. We even knew that Springtrap probably got locked away in 93, right around the same time that FNAF 1 takes place. And just due to the recording of Knock 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 and him getting trapped and jump scared by there, saying, "Hey, if you get a chance to look in those spare rooms."
Those spare rooms.
I always wondered what was in all those empty heads back there. It's maybe that recording takes place at a different point than we think it did.
Yeah.
Maybe that recording was from 1992, and that wasn't actually Springtrap getting locked away. Maybe it was something different.
Yeah.
Maybe when that guy did get found, that's when Spring Bonnie got put in that room and locked away for almost 30 years.
Yeah.
Or even now, possibly even only 15 to 20 years.
I think we can just have another episode of just FNAF lore.
Oh, well, I mean, we probably could. Right now, we're hitting right around an hour, so we'll probably be wrapping up in a sec.
Yeah.
But-
While we're on the topic of video game lore, what is your favorite video game lore ever?
I think that's a great topic for the next episode.
That is a great
really
topic
good
for
topic
the
for the next
next
episode.
episode.
We will round back around this. I will say a couple of my favorite games of all time: Earthbound or Mother 3, depending if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Those are amazing games. Paper Mario, the first two installments, regular and Thousand Year Door.
How hyped are you for the remake of Thousand Year
I'm
Door?
very excited for the remake of Thousand Year Door. Paper Mario is my favorite Nintendo game.
Upon recording, the Direct just came out 2 days ago. And
Was it 2 days ago or was that yesterday?
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Yeah, and you were very excited.
I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see that.
You
game
popped off,
remade.
but not like a snowboard pop off.
Not
but
a
it was
snowboard pop-off.
it was a pop off.
It was very fun.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
My
for that.
my favorite game is I've said this before and I'm gonna say it again. Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is a great
I
game.
love the entire story.
Game lore.
No,
No, game lore we're talking about in different.
Yes,
Oh,
no.
so you're saying our favorite game.
Yeah, favorite
games.
game. Bloodborne is my favorite game. It's my first ever Souls-like game, and it has opened what is going on.
And that's the thing. I think the concept of Bloodborne is a great thing. I've seen videos and stuff on it. I've never played it. I did try playing Bloodborne once. I could not get into the Souls-like genre. I'm a big roguelike fan. Another one of my favorite games of all time is Binding of Isaac, followed closely behind Enter the Gungeon.
Enter the Gungeon is also up there on one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
But favorite game series? Pokemon for me. It always holds like a special place in my heart.
And I do enjoy how in the couple latest games they did change up the story a little bit, so it's not all the same. Hey, I'm living with my mom at home and I'm 10 years old, so I have to get a Pokemon. They're building the world a little bit better, and I love the 3D, actually being able to go around and see Pokemon in the wild. I love that.
I do too.
I'm not a big fan of the newest game.
I like the newest game. I think
It was definitely better than Sword and Shield.
it's better than Sword and Shield.
I will agree on that.
I like Sword and Shield. I think it was a good starting point for the pure 3D animation of Pokemon, but it is definitely not as good as Scarlet Violet.
Yeah.
I
mean-
think they should have kept going on the Legends game.
I
I think they should have expanded further on.
I would
that.
love to see them do like Legends Kyurem, because in the
Yeah.
Pokemon lore, Kyurem, Reshiram, and Zekrom were all one dragon.
Yes.
And you know how Kyurem is able to merge with Reshiram and Zekrom.
Yes.
To make black Kyurem, white Kyurem. I want to see the big dragon known as true Kyurem.
My favorite game of all time is Majora's Mask. Now talk about a game with some lore. Oof.
Yeah. No,
We,
absolutely.
we don't want to get into Zelda
I was gonna
lore.
say, we don't want to get into Zelda lore.
Not
but
even just Zelda lore in general, just Majora's Mask.
even,
in
yeah, but
Yeah.
even that, like,
Yeah.
if one of us were to try to quantify the lore of any of the Zelda games, let alone the series,
You'll take an entire day.
oh my god, we could that could fill up like a month's worth of episodes.
Yeah.
So if we ever do that, you know we're running out of money. And I think that's the perfect place
That's
to
the
end.
perfect place to end.
So this is the end of our inaugural episode of 2.5 Brothers.
2.5 Brothers.
And this episode was brought to you by...
Nothing.